Huge collision caused the closure of the N3 to Durban near the Mariannhill Toll Plaza today. Several people were injured when 4 trucks and 4 cars collided. It's unclear at the stage if there were any fatalities. To give us more details, I am joined by Garrith Jamieson from the ALS Paramedics. A very good evening to you, Garrith, or at least evening to you, because I don't think it's a good one, at least for you guys and what it is you are having to deal with at this particular point. We are hearing a lot coming out of the KZN, coming out of that area at least where trucks are concerned in terms of accidents that we are getting into. Garrith, I want to start here because I think it's only fair. What is happening with truck collisions in that province?
Good evening. Thank you for the invite. Yes, we've seen a massive influx or increase in truck collisions, and unfortunately this specific stretch is notorious for truck collisions. Obviously the cause is still unknown, and the SAPS and the RTR will be investigating. But it was, I was there personally, was quite a serious collision involving 4 trucks and about four cars, which left 8 people injured in the scene. Fortunately, no one passed away, thank goodness. However, the one truck driver was severely entrapped for close to an hour and needed to be cut free by the jaws of life and other hydraulic equipment used by the Durban Fire Department.
The cause, the circumstances around it, why are we seeing such things happening around the N3, around the toll plazas? Because I know the Mooi River as well, at least that was the cause of the recent situation in the Mooi River toll plaza was vandalism. But why are we seeing such incidents happening where trucks are concerned around those areas?
I do know that around the Mariannhill area, it's excessively busy at the moment at this time of the year, and it has been for the past few weeks. The traffic does slow down coming up towards the toll plaza. So obviously, I'm not sure exactly what the cause or the circumstances around this collision are. However, as seen previously as well, where a truck has actually lost control and plowed into multiple vehicles and trucks. As seen today. So that is obviously what did occur, where we like I say, I was there, and people said that a truck, they were slowing down towards the toll plaza, traffic was slowing down, and then they were rear-ended from the back by a truck. And as you can see, one truck actually left the roadway, and then the truck plowed into the rear of another truck, and that's where the driver was quite badly entrapped by his lower limbs. But he was communicating and was obviously talking to the paramedics the entire time. And EMRS actually assisted there with the Durban Fire Department and freed him, whilst multiple other services treated multiple other patients on the scene. But the N3 was closed. I believe it was the last truck was only removed at 9 p.m. tonight. So I mean, from 1 o'clock to 9 o'clock, that N3 has been gridlocked.
This is a trigger conversation for people that have experienced the Boksburg explosion, where that truck was concerned on Christmas Eve, Garrith. So when I have this conversation with you, there are people that are potentially watching this interview that are thinking, a truck, again. There was one that killed students late last year. There is one that literally blew up all of Boksburg on Christmas Eve, and now there is this one. What conversations are you guys as paramedics having with municipality, with councillors, with local government, with provincial government, with national government? What conversations are you guys who are on the ground dealing with these things firsthand, having with these people in positions of power to say, is there any way that we can deal with less of these?
So from the medical side, and obviously as the owner of this ambulance service, we obviously pay careful attention to exactly what is going on. We do know that the N3TC is working closely with all the necessary authorities, and I mean there is RIMS training, which actually assists the first responders to identify and when I say almost prepare, take caution as to what should happen in and around. I mean, just this evening there was another truck that was on fire and closed the N3 by escort earlier. So, unfortunately, involving trucks, there are so many trucks on the road, and there's a lot of incidents involving trucks. We can't deny that. The cause, people can speculate whether it's the drivers, whether it's the vehicle maintenance. Obviously, that's for the police and the necessary authorities to investigate, and they do know. So they obviously, I mean, the N3 is being redone. I'll talk specifically of the N3 because we work a lot on the N3. So, the roadway is being done, a better quality of roadway, and obviously towards the Maritzburg side, I believe they're actually expanding it. But the problem we're having right now is the truck collisions are, especially this stretch today of the N3 is, I mean, horrific with the number of vehicles that are actually involved. The services had to go contraflow to get to the accident scene as the N3 was closed off. You can see by the images and the videos that, truck bodies are actually coming off the actual axle itself. And it makes one think to, what state are those trucks in the first place.
Our strap says massive crash on N3 to Durban. That's not the only national roadway that has got truck incidents as well. We've got a number of national roadways around the country. We've got 9 provinces. We've got 9 entry points around the country. What becomes the advice to national government? What becomes the advice to Fikile Mbalula as the incumbent transport minister of this country, where we need to deal with this issue of road carnage where trucks are involved? Because we can only but give so much advice to those who own truck companies and those who employ truck drivers. But what then can we say to those who are dealing with the repercussions, those who are dealing with the consequences, the ALS, the Garrith Jamiesons of the world? What advice and kind of support do we give to you guys as national government to be able to deal with these matters, not only on the N3, not only on Moloto Road going into Limpopo, but going into the Northern Cape, to the Western Cape, to the Free State, I suppose KZN, and even to the Eastern Cape?
So basically, from our side, I really want to urge a government to intensify the operation of clamping down on the trucks, the condition of the trucks, the drivers. Are they valid drivers, licenses? And they are busy with it. So I don't want to sit here and say that the government isn't doing anything about it, because they are. I just think the amount of trucks that are, as you say, entering all provinces, not just KZN. The ambulance services are here. We're there to assist. We're there to save lives. But it's becoming literally, from my side, a daily, at least once a day, trucks involved in accidents in and around Durban. We attend to it. And, being the size of the truck, it's normally the smaller vehicles that come off second best, if I may say that, and the truck driver escapes unscathed, to say the least. So, it is definitely a major problem in our province and on the roads all over South Africa. But I would just like to plead that government actually intensifies and holds the business owners, the drivers that are driving illegally, accountable to their actions and their fleet that they're actually driving around.
Garrith, thank you very much for your time here on ENCA on Newsnight this evening. Thank you so much for what it is, of course, you do, the service to the country. That is Garrith Jamieson from ALS Paramedics, of course, just speaking to us about the carnage that we are witnessing on the N3 to Durban.